Liam never planned to have an alien roommate, but after losing his old job on Earth and getting accepted into the cultural exchange program on Orbit Station Echo 9, he didn't have much of a choice. Human-to-human housing was expensive, and the station had strict rules if he wanted to stay. He had to share space with someone from another species. He expected someone loud, maybe slimy, or someone with a dozen eyes. Instead, he opened the door and saw her. She stood there in a long, silver cloak, holding a soft bag in both hands. Tall, slim, and with violet skin that shimmered under the station's lights. Her silver eyes looked calm, and her hair was braided into delicate loops. Her face had a soft, natural beauty, not too sharp or strange. For a second, Liam forgot how to speak. "You're Liam?" she asked in a quiet voice. He nodded too fast. A dash, yeah. "Yes, welcome. Come in." Her name was Zura. She came from a planet called Sensari. Liam didn't know much about her kind, only that they were peaceful and had something called empathic awareness. He didn't think too hard about what that meant. The apartment had 2 rooms, 1 shared kitchen. In a small common area, Liam tried to act normal while showing her around. She listened politely, nodding, sometimes smiling faintly. But as she sat on the couch, something strange happened. "You're nervous," she said gently. Liam blinked. "What? I mean, yeah, maybe. New roommate. Never lived with an alien before." "Your thoughts are like waves," she said, looking at him. "I don't mean to hear them, but they're strong." Liam laughed awkwardly. "Oh, that's just how humans are, I guess." Zura tilted her head. "You were wondering if I sleep upside down." His face turned red. "Okay, how did you know that?" She just gave a small smile. It was a strong picture. He scratched his head and backed into the kitchen. He had no idea what to say. She was calm, while he felt like his brain was falling apart. He just needed to act cool. Maybe after a few days, things would settle down. The DIDN single quotes T. Over the next few days. Zura seemed to respond to things before Liam even said them out loud. When he was thinking about food, she asked if he wanted to cook. When he was sad after reading a message from his mom, she quietly played soft music. When he was happy, she smiled more often. It wasn't just guessing, she was somehow feeling everything. And when his mind drifted into thoughts he didn't mean to have, like how she looked when she stretched after waking up, or how graceful she was when she moved, she suddenly avoided eye contact. Sometimes she would excuse herself to go to her room. Once, she dropped her cup and stared at the wall for a full minute. Liam felt horrible. He wasn't trying to be weird. He couldn't control his thoughts, but now it felt like he was shouting them without meaning to. He decided to ask about it. "Hey, Zura," he said one evening. She was sitting at the table, reading a glowing crystal pad. "Yes, I know. Your people can feel stuff, emotions, right?" She nodded slowly. "Am I making things hard for you?" Zura looked up, her silver eyes soft. "Your emotions are strong, brighter than others. It's like standing near a warm fire. So it's bothering you?" She looked down for a moment, thinking. Then she said, "Not bothering, just overwhelming." Sometimes. Liam sat down across from her. "I'm really sorry. I don't mean to think about things that make you uncomfortable. It is not wrong to feel." She said simply, "My people believe emotions are part of life. We do not hide from them, but it is rare to feel them so loudly." Liam chuckled nervously. "Guess I'm a loud thinker." Zura gave a tiny smile. "You are not unpleasant." That made him feel a bit better. They sat in silence for a while. Outside the window, the stars looked like tiny sparks frozen in time. The station drifted quietly between planets. Finally, Liam asked, "Do your people always know what others are feeling? Only when close, physically, and sometimes emotionally?" She answered. "But you and I, we share space. Your energy touches mine." Liam nodded. "So I'll try to keep my energy calm." Zura didn't say anything at first. Then she said something unexpected. "You do not have to stop being yourself. I came here to understand humans. I cannot do that if you pretend." Liam blinked. "You mean you want me to just be me?" "Yes," she said. with a slight tilt of her head. But maybe no more thinking about. Got it, he said quickly. Waving his hands, message received. They both laughed, and the tension between them eased for the first time in days. But Liam knew one thing for sure now: this was not going to be a normal roommate experience. The next few days felt different for Liam. After the talk with Zura, he tried to relax more. He stopped hiding his feelings and stopped worrying about what she might sense. But that did not make things easier. If anything, it made them more intense. Zura was no longer distant or shy. She was curious. Sometimes she asked questions about his feelings that made Liam stop and think. Other times, she said things that showed she knew him better than he knew himself. One morning, Liam woke up feeling excited. He was thinking about a big video game tournament coming soon. He was nervous, but also eager to play and maybe win. Zura was sitting quietly in the living room when he walked out of his room. You seem tense, she said softly. Liam sighed. Yeah, it's the tournament. It's a big deal for me. She nodded, then smiled a little. Your mind is full of plans and hopes. It feels like a storm inside you. Liam laughed. Storm? Yeah, kind of. I just want to do well. I wish I could help you calm it. He raised his eyebrows. How? Maybe by sharing your calm, she said, or by teaching you to breathe with the stars. Liam smiled but didn't understand. Zura explained gently. On my planet, we use breathing to control our emotions. Slow breaths help the mind find peace. Sounds nice. Liam said, maybe you can teach me sometime. Of course, she replied. Later that day, Liam tried the breathing exercises Zura showed him. He was surprised how his nerves eased a little. When he looked up, Zura was watching him with a soft expression. You did well, she said. Thanks, he said quietly, but not all moments were easy. Sometimes Liam felt embarrassed when Zura reacted too strongly to his feelings. Once, he was talking with a friend online about missing his family back on Earth. Zura suddenly put her hand on his arm and said, your sadness is heavy. It fills the room. Liam blinked, surprised. Yeah, I guess it is. She stayed quiet for a moment, then whispered, it's okay to feel this way. Liam was touched. No one had ever noticed his feelings so clearly before. It was strange but comforting. On another occasion, Liam caught himself daydreaming about Zura. He admired how calm and graceful she was. He thought about how her eyes shine when she laughed, and how her voice sounded like soft music. He quickly looked away, feeling embarrassed. But Zura had already noticed. She smiled shyly and said, your mind is not as private as you think. Liam laughed nervously. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be weird. It is natural, she said. Your thoughts are a language I am learning. Liam was glad she said that. It made him feel less awkward. Despite the strange moments, they grew closer every day. They shared meals, talked about their homes, and watched stars together from the station's observation deck. One evening, Zura asked, do humans have words for feelings that are too big to say? Liam thought for a moment. Maybe, like longing or hope, sometimes feelings don't fit in words. Zura nodded slowly. I feel those feelings with you. Liam smiled. Yeah, I feel something too. Maybe it's friendship. She smiled back, but there was something deeper in her eyes. But not all was peaceful. Their close bond sometimes caused problems. The station had rules about privacy. Roommates were supposed to respect each other's space and secrets. But with Zura sensing Liam's emotions, secrets became hard to keep. Liam tried to keep some thoughts locked away, but Zura often sensed them anyway. This made him feel exposed. One day, after a stressful meeting at the station's council, Liam came home upset. He didn't want to talk about it. Zura noticed immediately. You carry heavy thoughts? He nodded but stayed silent. You don't have to carry them alone, she said softly. Liam looked at her, surprised by her kindness. He slowly opened up about the problems he faced with the council and his worries about his future. Zura listened without interruption, her eyes full of understanding. When he finished, she said, your worries are real, but your strength is stronger. Liam smiled weakly. Thanks, Zura. It helps to say it out loud, and it helps to feel it, she added. From that day, Liam realized their connection was not just about sensing emotions, it was about support. Zura's ability to feel his feelings made her the best roommate he could ask for. He felt lucky to have her. At the same time, Liam noticed changes in himself. He was becoming more open, more aware of his feelings. Zura's calm presence helped him face emotions he had ignored for years. One night, as they sat quietly watching the stars, Liam said, "Zura, you make me feel safe, even when things are hard." She looked at him with gentle eyes. "And you make me feel at home, here, with you." The air between them grew warm. Liam's heart beat faster. They didn't say more that night. Words were not needed. But Liam wondered, was this just friendship or something more? He didn't know yet, but one thing was clear. His life with Zura was changing in ways he never expected. The days on Echo 9 station moved quietly. But for Liam and Zura, things felt more alive than ever. Their bond grew deeper, and Liam started to notice how much Zura understood him without words. Her eyes seemed to see his thoughts, and her presence made his busy mind slow down. One afternoon, Liam was working on a small project in their shared room. He was trying to fix an old holo player, something he had found in the station's storage. It didn't work well, but he wanted to make it better. Zura watched him for a while, then said softly, "Why do you care so much about this broken thing?" Liam smiled, wiping sweat from his forehead. "It reminds me of Earth. My grandpa used to fix old stuff like this. I guess I want to hold on to some memories." Zura nodded, her silver eyes full of understanding. "Humans keep memories and objects. My people keep memories and stories and songs. Maybe you can teach me some," Liam said, excited. Over the next days, Zura shared stories from Scifi history. She sang soft songs about stars, peace, and bravery. Liam listened, fascinated by how different and beautiful her culture was. One evening, after listening to her sing, Liam said, "Your voice feels like a warm light." Zura smiled shyly. "And your words feel like hope." Their eyes met, and for a moment, the room felt full of quiet magic. But then, the truth about their unusual connection came back. Liam had learned that Scifi were not just empaths. The war was finally ending. The station buzzed with hope and nervous energy. Repairs were nearly done, and the crew prepared to return to their homes or new missions. The human soldier stood by a large window, looking out at the stars. His body was stronger now, his mind clear. But a quiet question stayed inside him. What would come next? Serena approached, carrying a small package wrapped in soft cloth. She smiled gently. "Your recovery is almost complete," she said. "But where will you go when you leave?" He turned to her, eyes thoughtful. "Earth is my home. But after all this, I want more. I want to see your world too." Serena's eyes lit up. "Then you will not be alone." They walked together through the station's gardens, their hands brushing. The plants bloomed under the soft lights, colors glowing like a promise. "I never thought I would find someone like you," the soldier said quietly. "Someone who cared when I was lost, and I never thought caring could feel so strong." Serena replied, "Maybe fate brought us together." Soon, orders came. The soldier was to return to Earth, and Serena was assigned a new post far from the front lines. The news was hard. On their last night together, they sat beneath the stars, sharing stories and dreams one last time. "Will you come with me?" he asked gently. She looked at him, heart full but uncertain. "I don't know if I can leave everything behind." "Then let me stay here," he said, "where you are." Serena smiled through tears. "Maybe we were meant to meet before knowing our paths." The next day, as ships prepared to leave, the soldier made his choice. He returned to the station with a small, simple ring, an old tradition from Earth. "This is for you," he said, slipping it onto her finger. Not just a promise, but a beginning. Serena's eyes shone with joy. A beginning for two worlds. Together, they faced the future unknown, but filled with hope. The war was over, but their story was just beginning. In a universe so wide and strange, two souls found each other and made a home. Air sensitive to deep desires too. Zura could feel more than just moods. She could sense wishes hidden deep inside. One night, Liam sat on the couch, thinking about the future. He was lonely, worried if he would ever find someone who understood him. He thought about Zura and how different she was from anyone he knew. Unaware, Zura sat nearby, feeling the quiet wish inside him for friendship, maybe more. The next morning, she looked at him with soft eyes and said, "Your heart carries a secret wish." Liam looked surprised. "What wish?" "To be truly seen," she said. "Not just as a roommate, but as someone important." He paused, then smiled. "Yeah, that's true. I want that too." Zura reached out and touched his hand lightly. "Then we can try to understand each other." Liam felt a warmth spread through him. It was strange, but not scary. He realized Zura's feelings were real, and maybe his were too. But with this closeness came challenges. Station Echo 9 had strict rules about privacy and personal space. Liam worried that their bond might break those rules. What if others found out Zura could read his feelings? Would they see him as weak or strange? One day, Liam met Captain Rain, the station officer in charge. Rain was stern but fair. He warned Liam to be careful about his interactions with other species. "The galaxy is not always kind to those who are different," Rain said. "You must protect yourself." Liam nodded but felt unsure. He didn't want to hide his feelings, especially from ZURA. Back at the apartment, Liam shared Rain's words. Zura listened and said, "Fear can block understanding, but trust can build bridges." Liam liked that thought. One afternoon, they decided to visit the station's zero-gravity room. It was a special place where people could float and relax. As they floated together, Liam laughed freely. Zura's silver hair floated around her face like a halo. "This is fun," Liam said, reaching out to touch her hand. She took it gently, their fingers brushing. For a moment, the whole station felt far away. "Liam," Zura whispered, "I feel your happiness. It shines like stars." He smiled, heart pounding. "Zura, I feel something new too." She looked at him with wide eyes. "What is it?" "I don't know yet," he said honestly. "But it's nice." Their connection was no longer just roommate feelings. It was something deeper, something new and exciting. But Liam still had doubts. He wondered if their bond was real love or just the effect of her empathic abilities. Could an alien and a human truly be more than friends? That night, Liam lay awake, thinking about Zura. He remembered the way she looked at him, the softness in her voice, and the warmth of her hand. He decided he wanted to find out what this feeling really was. The next morning, Liam woke early and found Zura already awake, sitting by the window. "Good morning," he said softly. She smiled. "Good morning, Liam." He sat beside her. "Can I ask you something?" "Of course." "Do Scifi feel love like humans do?" Zura thought carefully. "Love is many things. It is connection, trust, and care. It is not bound by forms or species." Liam smiled. "So maybe what we have is real." She nodded, her silver eyes shining. "Yes, real." They sat together, quietly, watching the stars drift by outside the window. In that moment, Liam knew life with Zura would never be ordinary. And he was ready for whatever came next. The days passed with soft rhythm in the small apartment on Echo 9 station. Liam and Zura grew closer, their friendship becoming stronger and deeper. Liam started to see things he had never noticed before: the way Zura smiled when she was curious, the way she looked at stars as if they told her secrets, and how her presence made his world calmer. One morning, Liam woke early. The pale light of distant suns crept through the window. Zura was already awake, sitting at the table, quietly drinking a sweet, violet tea from her planet. "Good morning," Liam said softly. Zura looked up and smiled. "Good morning, Liam." They shared the quiet moment, the silence between them comfortable and warm. Then Liam spoke. "Zura, I have been thinking." Her eyes held gentle interest. "About what?" "About us," he said. "About how close we have become." Zura nodded slowly. "I feel it too." Liam took a deep breath. "Sometimes I wonder if this is just because you can feel my feelings." She shook her head. "Our connection is more than that. Feelings are the first step, but trust and time Make them real? Liam smiled, feeling a lightness inside. Then maybe what I feel isn't just imagination. No, Zura said softly. It is real. That day, Liam decided to show Zura something from his world. He brought out an old holo player he had fixed. It showed videos from Earth, trees, oceans. People laughing. Zura watched with wide eyes, fascinated by the moving images. She reached out to touch the holo, amazed by the colors. Your world is beautiful, she said. It is. Liam agreed. But sometimes, it feels small and lonely. Zura looked at him with understanding. We all feel small in the universe, but we can find meaning together. Liam felt touched by her words. It was strange how much she understood without needing explanation. That evening, Liam and Zura went to the station's observation deck. The vastness of space stretched before them, stars sparkling like diamonds on black velvet. Liam pointed to a bright star. That's Sol, the sun of my home planet. Zura smiled. And those are your memories? Yes, Liam said. Memories of home, family, and hope. They stood close, the silence speaking more than words could. But life on Echo 9 was not always calm. One day, the station announced a security alert. A small ship was approaching. Without proper identification, tension spread among the residents. Liam felt anxiety rise inside him. He looked at Zura, who remained calm but alert. Are you afraid? He asked. Zura shook her head. Fear is natural, but we must stay steady. They watched as the ship came closer. It belonged to a species unknown to many on the station. The situation reminded Liam how fragile peace could be. He looked at Zura and felt grateful for her steady presence. After the alert passed, they returned to their apartment. Liam sat down, feeling tired. Zura sat beside him and said softly, You carry much inside. You do not have to bear it alone. He looked at her and nodded. Thank you, Zura. You make this place feel like home. She smiled, her eyes shining. And you make it feel alive. As the days passed, Liam and Zura shared more moments cooking strange foods, learning each other's languages, and laughing at small mistakes. One afternoon, Liam taught Zura how to play a simple Earth game on his holo pad. She learned quickly, and won more times than Liam expected. You are a fast learner, he said, impressed. Your games are fun, she replied. They teach patience and strategy. Liam felt happy seeing her smile. But with happiness came new feelings. Liam noticed his heart beat faster when Zura was near. Sometimes, he caught himself staring at her quietly. Zura seemed to sense this too. She would glance at him and then look away. A soft pink color on her cheeks, something Liam learned was a sign of shyness among Sensari. One evening, Liam decided to speak. Zura, do you feel something more than friendship between us? She looked at him honestly. Yes, Liam, my feelings have grown deeper. His heart lifted. Mine too. They sat close, hands brushing, the space between them filled with quiet warmth. But Liam remembered the rules of the station and his own fears. Liam and Zura. The station's alarms blared suddenly. Flashing red lights filled the halls. A message came over the loudspeakers. Security alert, known vessel approaching. All personnel follow emergency protocols. Liam's heart pounded. He looked at Zura, who immediately stood up, her face serious. We need to stay calm, she said firmly. I will help you. They moved quickly to the nearest safe room. The hallways were crowded with people rushing to find safety. Outside, the unknown ship hovered near the station's dock. The crew was tense, unsure if the visitors were hostile. Inside the safe room, Liam could feel the fear rising in others. But Zura's presence was steady, like a calm center in a storm. She reached out and took his hand. Liam felt her energy, calm, warm, and strong. Focus on breathing, she whispered. Slow breaths. Clear mind. Liam closed his eyes and tried to follow her lead. Slowly, his heart rate dropped, but Zura's senses were overwhelmed. As a Sensari empath, she could feel the flood of emotions from everyone around: fear, panic, confusion. Her usual calm began to fade. She looked pale and distant. Liam noticed and squeezed her hand. Zura, stay with me, She nodded but struggled to hold herself together. The minutes felt like hours. Finally, the station security announced that the unknown ship was friendly. It was a diplomatic mission from a distant system, lost and needing help. The tension eased. People slowly left the safe rooms, returning to normal activities. Liam and Zura stayed seated, catching their breath. Your senses took a big hit, Liam said gently. Zura nodded. It was like standing under a waterfall of emotions. Hard to stay balanced. Liam looked at her with concern. Can I help? She smiled weakly. Just be here. Your calm helps more than you know. They stayed close, letting silence heal the moment. Over the next days, Liam saw how the emergency had affected Zura. She seemed quieter, sometimes lost in thought. He decided to do something special. One afternoon, he set up the holoplayer with images of peaceful places, calm forests, quiet lakes, soft sunsets. He invited Zura to watch. She smiled, her eyes softening. As the images played, "Thank you," she said. "These remind me of home." Liam smiled. "I'm glad." They spent time sharing stories of their homes, the green forests of Earth, and the crystal deserts of Sensari. Through these moments, Liam realized how important connection was between people, between species, between hearts. One evening, as they sat together, Liam said quietly, "Zura, I don't want to lose what we have." She looked at him, eyes shining. "We are stronger together." Their hands found each other's again, fingers intertwined. Liam felt a quiet happiness, a deep trust growing. But life wasn't done testing them. A few days later, Liam faced a difficult choice. He was offered a job on a nearby colony, a chance to start fresh and make a better life. It meant leaving Echo 9 Station and Zura. He struggled with the decision. Zura noticed his worry. "What troubles you?" she asked. Liam sighed. "It's a good opportunity, but it means leaving you." Zura smiled gently. "Distance is a challenge, but it is not the end." Liam looked at her, hope in his eyes. "Do you really believe that?" "Yes," she said firmly. "Our bond is strong. It can cross stars." Liam smiled, feeling brave. He decided to take the job. Before leaving, they promised to keep their connection alive. Zura gave him a small crystal, a token from her planet that held light. "When you feel lonely, hold this," she said. "It will remind you of me." Liam took it, feeling its warmth. He kept the small crystal she gave him close when he felt lonely or tired. He held it and remembered her calm smile. One evening, after a long day, Liam sat under the colony's dim sky. He looked at the stars and whispered, "Zura, I wish you were here." At that moment, his comm beeped softly. It was a message from Echo 9. "Liam, are you okay?" Zura's voice asked. His heart lifted. "I'm fine, just missing home. Remember the breathing exercises," she said. "Slow breaths, find peace." Liam smiled and breathed deeply. Over the next weeks, they talked often. Their messages were filled with stories, jokes, and shared dreams. Zura sent him images of Echo 9's glowing gardens and the station's bright stars. Liam told her about the colony's challenges and how he was learning every day, even from afar. Their bond grew. One day, Liam was working with a group of colonists to repair a water system. The work was hard, and tempers flared. He felt stress building up inside him. He closed his eyes, held Zura's crystal, and breathed slowly. He thought of her calm presence. When he opened his eyes, he felt stronger. He helped calm the group and finished the work. That night, he sent Zura a message. "Your calm saved the day." She replied with a smiley face and words, "We are connected, even stars apart." But distance was hard. Liam missed the quiet moments they shared, the small talks, the comfort of knowing she was near. One evening, a message came from Echo 9 Station, an invitation for Liam to visit for a festival celebrating peace among species. Liam's heart raced. This was a chance to see Zura again. He accepted immediately. When he arrived at Echo 9, the station was alive with colors and music. Beings from many worlds danced and laughed. Liam found Zura waiting near the observation deck. She looked more beautiful than ever, her violet skin glowing softly under the lights. "Liam," she said softly, "welcome home." They embraced gently, a warmth spreading between them. The festival was magical. They danced under the stars, shared foods, and told stories. Liam felt a happiness he had never known. That night, as they watched the stars, Liam took Zura's hand. "I've missed you," he said simply. "And I you," she replied. Their eyes met, and the world seemed to hold its breath. Liam realized that their connection was more than friendship. It was a bond of trust, care, and something deeper. But they both knew the future held challenges. Echo 9 Station was a place of hope. But the galaxy was vast and full of unknowns. Zura squeezed his hand. "No matter what comes, we face it together." Liam smiled, feeling brave and ready. They sat quietly, wrapped in the comfort of their shared feelings. In a galaxy of many stars, two hearts found a home in each other. Liam and Zura sat quietly on the observation deck of Echo 9 Station. The stars stretched endlessly before them, tiny lights in the dark. It was their favorite place, a place where words were not always needed. Liam looked at Zura, feeling a mix of happiness and nervousness. "We have come a long way," he said softly. "From strangers sharing an apartment to this." Back at their apartment, Liam and Zura prepared for a new adventure. The station had offered Zura a chance to join a cultural ambassador program, traveling to other planets. "Will you go?" Liam asked quietly. "Yes," she said, "but I want you to come with me." Liam was surprised. "Me? Really? Our bond is strong," she said. "Together, we can help the galaxy understand." Liam felt a thrill of excitement and fear. Leaving Echo 9 was big, but he knew with Zura by his side, he could face anything. They packed their belongings, said goodbye to friends, and boarded the ambassador ship. As they flew through the stars, Liam looked at Zura. "Thank you," he said, "for trusting me, for being you." Zura smiled. "And thank you, Liam, for being my friend, my partner." The stars outside sparkled brighter than ever. In a universe full of wonders, Liam and Zura found their own a bond that no distance, no difference could break. Their journey was just beginning. And together, they were ready to face whatever came next.